Okay, so today in my video, I am going to recommend sneakers. And I suffer from plantar fascia. I just had surgery on my foot, which I don't recommend, to tell you the truth, because it's too painful, and I think it hurts more now than it hurt when I had the surgery done. So I had a big surgery done in my foot, and this is like the outcome of it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a big scar, and you can hardly see it though. But it is painful. In order to recover, you have to overcome the pain that that having surgery do. So with that in mind, I noticed something when I purchased my Brook last year. I purchased it because I was tired of Hoka, and I'll show you what it is when I'm talking about. Hoka brand. They're very comfortable. Don't get me wrong. They're as comfortable as possible. But my problem with Hoka is one thing. If your shoe doesn't last a year, it's not worth having it. At least that's in my standard, because you pay $159 for Hawkeye, or you pay $99. When they started, they were great. They last 2 or 3 years perfectly well, and it's perfect wear and tear for an $159 shoes. And they had a policy of evaluating. They were good, they were great, they did what they did. But I'm here to just recommend I'm talking about my experience. I don't know if anyone else had the same experience, but I kind of feel if you've spent $159 on a shoe, which we didn't, we pay $112 on base, and it's cheaper. But if you go on the website, or if you go on Amazon, it's gonna be like, depending on what you get, $200 or $300 for Hawkeye, because people are pricing up the prices. My recommendation is to go straight to the Hawkeye's website and do the clearance. But if you want Hawkeye, but I wouldn't recommend it. The reason why I wouldn't recommend Hawkeye, there's 2 reasons. Hawkeye started deteriorating in the back, which is great. You can see how deteriorated my husband's shoes are. Mine, I threw away because after a year they were worthless. They were coming off. The lining here was my toe, and I picked the white ones, which is supposed to be white, more bigger. But still, I had to sew it. I had to do so many stuff. I had to glue it. I did so many things because I love those shoes, and I didn't want to replace them. But the reality is that they cost $159, and I was like, I'm not doing $159 again for a pair of sneakers that only is gonna last me a year. That is not good enough for me. I think we want more than just a year. So this is my experience with Hawkeye, and I'm not saying that the brand is great, and for some people it might work, but for me it didn't, because I have heel spurt and all that, and that's precisely why I had surgery, because I had a heel spurt, plantar fascia, and I need comfortable shoes. So come last year, we went to Corpus Christi for our vacation, and I was like, I'm tired of Hawkeye. I really wanted Hawkeye, but they're too expensive, and for me to last a year, is it gonna be worth it? Then I said to myself, nope, it's not going to be worth it. So what I did was I went with Brooks. I have purchased Brooks before, and I love Brooks. I think Brooks is one of those manufacturers that they don't scheme on quality, and that's what Hawkeye is lacking. The quality control in them is horrible, and I even told them themselves when I call customer service too. So, but it is what it is. They used to have like a replacement 2 years, but they cancel it, and now they're only 1 year replacement if you proof of purchase. And I normally used to buy them in the website, so proof of purchase was already in the store. So I didn't have any problem. They can prove that I did it, and I will send the shoe back for them to evaluate it, and it will go deteriorate like this. And it happened the same thing that with my husband. I mean, my husband doesn't have plantar fascia. He doesn't have anything that he doesn't have heel spur. He doesn't have anything, but they still peel the same way that mine did. So do I recommend it? No, I don't. And for Hawkeye to sell me this for $159. I bought this for 100 at the Navy Exchange in Corpus Christi, and they have lasted the test of time. It's been a year, and I can tell you, look how my sneakers look. They look like I haven't done nothing to it. Of course, they have some deterioration in here, but not in my surgery shoe, because obviously I had surgery in February, and they had to file down my my heel spur that it was poking out, so it's no longer I'm still in pain. I'm working, I'm doing my own rehabilitation, because I don't want to go to rehabilitation. I stopped going to the doctor because I don't feel like the doctor's doing anything for me. He's just looking at me and charging my insurance and just sending me on my merry way. On top of that, they made me pay $1,500 out of pocket, which I thought was ridiculous, because no one told me when I did the surgery that I was going to pay $1,500 out of pocket. They told me there was a copayment of $122, and that was it. So that's another review that I have to go do at that hospital, because when I spoke with the representative before my surgery, she did not tell me that, but that's how they catch you. They want you to do the surgery. They're not going to tell you that it's going to be co-payment. So now I'm making co-payment for $1,500, almost $1,600 in fees that won't cover from my insurance according to them. So let's see what happens. So this is my Brooks, and the right side is showing some deterioration, of course, but look at the deterioration after a year. This is all I'm getting. All I'm getting is a little nip right there. Can I use this shoe another year? Absolutely, I can use this shoe another year. Can I put a little patch there to cover it? Yes. And probably I will, but I don't think I need it, because the thing is so insignificant. Look, it's like so little that I don't need to do anything. Okay. Quality control, Brooks. You are doing the job right. And Hawkeye, I don't want to say name brands, but name brands are the ones that are ruling the world. And I don't know where they're sending the shoes to be manufactured, but they're not doing a good job. So this is my husband's Hawkeye. It's not only the right size, it's the left side too. So both of them are deteriorated at the same speed, as you can see. They're deteriorating at the same speed. Well, one is a little bit more than other, which is normal. Sometimes you cheer more the other one. But look at these holes right here. I'm going to have to give them like the patches to cover, like I did with mine. Because I had to buy Amazon patches for $6 or $8 to cover this hole that is in the shoe. It's really a big hole. It's no way of missing that one. And the fact that it's black, you can hardly get to see it because it's black, but now you can see it better. Mine was like a gray inside before I got rid of it. I wish I would have kept it, because I'd show you how deteriorated that shoe was. It was like the shoe deterioration was horrible. So this one is deteriorating the same speed. And at least my husband is not tearing like here, like mine was, and I had to sew it inside and poke myself and did everything that I needed to do to make it happen. But I wanted to give you guys an example of how when you buy a good sneaker like Brooks, it can last you. It can stand the time, and it can also work to your advantage. My thing is that I will prefer them to be a little bit wider here, but otherwise I would be like Brooks all the way. I will pick up another hook Brooks anytime. Hawkeye, go down on the price. It's $159 for a shoe that doesn't even last a year. I don't think you're doing a good job, seriously. And I used to love you guys, but now I don't. I don't want to spend $159 for comfort. And not because of comfort, it's because I need it. It's medically. And keep in mind, with me, I also buy the bionic insoles. I don't use the Hawkeye insoles. I use the bionic insoles that I buy. Maybe I buy shoes that come with a bionic insole, or I go to Ross and find a bionic shoe, and I just take the insole and I put it in my shoe. And that is $40, just this insole. But it's worth it. It's really, really worth it. If you have plantar fascia and you have pain and you want comfort, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be like a miracle and it's gonna be like not tomorrow. There's always gonna be. You can also buy compression socks to wear at nighttime, and that helps too. I'm still doing that too. The pain is not gonna go away completely, but it's gonna help you in your journey to alleviate the pain. And if you have plantar fascia, you know that you feel like you have a heartbeat in your foot, and it hurts so much that you can barely walk. And the reason why I got affected was because for Thanksgiving I spent 8 hours cooking, and my plantar fascia flare up, and I had to go for cortisone shots. And I haven't done that in 10 years because I know cortisone shot deteriorate the bones, and I already feel like I have osteoporosis, so why would I expose myself? But the pain was so much that I did it anyway. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. It's like my Dominican way kicking in. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a little quick review of 2 other brands that I use for sneakers, and they the Hoka is very light. It's definitely lighter than the Brooks, but the Brooks is also lighter. And this is the Brook Ghost 16, and then this is the Hoka. Let me see if my husband have the Clifton 8. This is the Clifton 8 that my husband had, and this one is the Brooks Ghost 16, and I'll probably attach links for those so you guys can see the links attached to it. But if you have any questions, you can always put it down, and I'll try to answer as honestly as I can do. No one is paying me for this. I pay out of pocket. I pay $100 for my Brooks, $100 Navy exchange in Corpus Christi, and for the hooks, for the Hoka, my husband paid this at the Army exchange in San Antonio. So, and he paid $112 for it. And you can see the difference between the one and another one. And I'm gonna leave it here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is me reviewing the Hoka. This is the Clifton 8, and the Brooks Ghost 16. And this was the edition that came out last May, not this one, the one previously. And I bought it around, I want to say July last year, and this is still going and still kicking and still doing the job they're supposed to do. And I'm very satisfied with it. So you know that when I'm satisfied with something, I'm gonna let you know. And Brooke, keep doing the good job, and I'll keep buying you guys into forever. I'll see you next time as B's Cocina. If no one tell you, you're special just the way you are. Goodbye.